started Yoga Therapia Guf when there weren't very many yoga therapy programs in Israel, and a lot of my graduates are here, and I'm really happy to see. And as we were talking about starting the school, we really wanted our students to have the opportunity to experience working in yoga therapy in the hospital. So we approached Shiva and the rehabilitation department because I'm a physiotherapist and it's easier to go into a machleket that you have a connection to. So this is what I recommend for you guys who are going out there in the world and doing yoga therapy is go talk to people who understand what you do. Okay, so go to people who do what you do, psychologists, therapists, physio, occupational physicians, nurses, connect with them, and that's your in into the department. And we went in and we asked them if they would allow our students to do an internship. And they said yes. One of the reasons they said yes is that we've really worked hard to accredit our yoga therapy with the International Association of Yoga Therapists. And now the Irgun has accreditation, and that's really, really important so that we can show that we come with a certain background, so that we're professionals and we have a lot of expertise in what we're doing. So once we got in, our students went. Who are our first two students? Let's see. Ron, Rinat, where are you? Rinat, Tamar. So these are people who are our first students who went into the hospital, nobody knew what yoga therapy was, and they did such a good job that people started to see the value. And I'm going to fast forward because I don't have a lot of time, but I was working with one of my clients personally for headaches and vertigo and insomnia, and she told me about her brother. Her brother was diagnosed with cancer, with a very aggressive form of cancer. He was very young, he has two small children, and he ended up coming to Shiva for medical treatment for his cancer. And so I worked with both of them together. I worked with her, and I worked with her while he was in Israel. Can you hear? It's okay? And after our work together, and he died. He died. It was a very aggressive form of cancer. But after we worked together and after he died, we talked and she said, you know what, I really want to give a gift to the hospital because I really appreciate what they did. And I said to her, how about yoga therapy? So we were just working together, me and my client, and I said, would you be willing to, I want to do this program, I want to bring yoga therapy into the hospital. And that's how it really started. I found someone that benefited from yoga therapy. She saw the value, she saw the impact it had on her brother, and she donated some money. And when we went to the hospital with this idea, the hospital saw the value, which means that the hospital system and the healthcare system is ripe for this work, okay? People are seeing the value. Yoga is in the hospital and healthcare system. So don't be shy. People know what it is now. Almost everyone practices yoga. Most of the doctors practice yoga. When we had a meeting with the head of rehabilitation, the thing we talked about was his wife who goes to yoga and how we know the same yoga teachers. So this is what gets you in, okay, who you know. And they decided to match the gift. They gave just as much money as this girl did, and we created the yoga therapy program at Shiva. So I'm just going to ask the people who work there to stand up, because without their hard work, this wouldn't happen. They're the ones out there doing the hard work. Kati, Rinat, Ron, Tamar. I don't want to forget anybody. Eder, she's not here. Tal is not here. So there's a group of us who are working in the hospitals and paving the way. We're working in orthopedics. We're working in neurology, we're working in psychiatry as well now, we're working in chosman nechaim since the war, and Merkaz, which is oncology, integrative oncology. So I'm proud of this program. It has not been easy, it's been a struggle sometimes, but the people who are there working show up because they love it, they're passionate. And I'll tell you one more thing, if you're thinking of doing it, you have to put the time in, and you have to, unfortunately or fortunately, do it for free and be there and convince people. Once they see it, they believe it, but you need to be there to show them. So that's what I recommend to you if you're trying to get into the healthcare system. I also signed up for an MBA this year, like a crazy person, in healthcare innovation. And one of the reasons I did that was to try and increase the presence of yoga therapy in the hospital system. And we're going to try to get it covered by Nishma. That's the next step.